And once again, we're back together. Right, so we are going to be starting on Technical Maths Paper 2 since we are done with Paper 1. So please join us and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Right, so I'm going to be taking you through the May-June exam. Right, so please look out. We will take it one question at a time. Right, let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to start with analytical geometry. Right, so they say to us, in the diagram below, we've got PQR, which is a triangle with vertices P. Okay, those are the coordinates with Q and R, right? They say N is the midpoint of RQ. Right, there is N over there. Okay, and they want us to determine the following. Right, so the first thing that they ask us is the gradient of PQ. Right, so what I'm going to do, let me write it over there so you know that the gradient is change in y divided by change in x. All right, so we're going to say, or we can write it as simply y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I'm going to take P as my 2 in this case. So it's yp minus yq divided by xp minus xq. Now please remember to keep the same order, right? So when you start with P on the y, start with P also on the x. So I'm going to have yp is negative 2 minus yq is negative 6, so that's minus a negative 6 divided by xp, that's minus 5, minus, in this case, a negative 1. All right, and it looks like it's a negative gradient, so we should get a negative answer there. So we've got negative 2 plus 6, which will give us positive 4. Okay, so that will be like 6 plus, minus 2, that will be 4, divided by negative 5 plus 1, right? So that also gives us negative 4, and so which means our gradient is going to be equal to negative 1. So we know that the gradient of PQ is equal to negative 1. All right, let's go to the next question. They say the coordinates of N. Right, remember they said that N is the midpoint between the points R and Q. So I'm going to say, well, the coordinates of N, that's going to be xq plus xr over 2. For the y coordinates, that's yq plus yr divided by 2. Right, now let's work that out. That's going to be, okay, so we've got 5 yq rather. Right, apologies there. So that's going to be negative 1 plus 5 divided by 2. And for the y, I've got negative 6 plus 4, right, the y coordinate of r divided by 2. And we're going to get, so that's going to be minus 5 plus 1, which gives us 4. 4 over 2 gives us 2. Okay, right, and it does look like our x is on the positive values. It should be a positive coordinate. So we've got negative 6 plus 4, which would give us negative 2, divided by 2, that should give us negative 1. Okay, so which means that N should have the coordinates 2 and negative 1. It is on the fourth quadrant, so it does make sense for x to be positive as well as y to be negative. Okay, right, now I'm just going to remove these. Of course, you've already seen me calculate. Let's go on to the next one. So they said to us, so let me just write those coordinates over there. That's 2 and negative 1. So they say to us the equation of the parallel, or of the line parallel to PQ passing through R. So remember, when lines are parallel, okay, we know that their gradients are the same. So which means if we know the gradient PQ, we've already calculated it, that's -1, but we know that that line passes through the point R, right? So maybe it is a line that stands something like this, okay? So we know that it should have the gradient -1, so that equation should be y is equal to -1 times x plus c. But how are we going to get the c value? We're going to substitute the coordinates of a point that it passes through, and that is point R. So when x is 5, so x is 5, y is 4. So in this case, if I take that to the other side, c would be equal to 9. So which means this line would have the equation y is equal to minus x plus 9. All right, there we go. Now they say to us on the last question of question 1, they say show using analytical methods that PQ divided by SN is equal to 2. Right, so PQ divided by SN, okay, is equal to 2. Now, ladies and gents, there are different ways in which we can do that. Well, firstly, I can actually calculate the distance, all right? So if I calculated the distance SN, and I calculate the distance of PQ, and take the ratio between the two. So let's do that. So I'm going to take the distance PQ. That's going to be the square root. That's xp minus xq squared plus yp minus yq all squared. And so that should give me a value. Right, so let's take yp, that's going to be, xp rather, that's going to be minus 5, so that's -5, minus xq is -1, so that's minus and -1. And please guys, be very careful with the signs over here, so I'm going to put that in square brackets so that it's easy to see, plus yp, right, is -2 minus a -6. Again, let me do this and just take the square of that. So let's do it. So we're going to have, in this case, right, inside the first bracket, we've got -5 plus 1. That's going to be -4, right? All squared, that gives us 16 plus. In the next bracket, we've got -2, right, plus 6. Again, that gives us 4, okay? And in this case, that would be +4. And if we take the square of that, that's going to be 16. Right, so we take the square root of 32, okay? But we can represent this as, now remember, this is 2 times 16, right? So that's 2 multiplied by 16. And we know if we take this, that will give us 4, the square root of 2. That's units. Okay. Right. So I've found out what the distance of PQ is. Right. Now let's find out what the distance SN will be. So SN, once again, I'm going to use my distance formula. Okay. So we're going to take x value of S minus x value of N squared plus y value S minus y value of N, okay, all squared. Right, so let's find that out. We're going to substitute. So I'm going to say the x value at S, that's 0, minus 2, so that's 0 minus 2, all squared, plus, that's 1 minus a -1, and that's squared. Please remember, guys, to, those signs do make quite a bit of a difference, right? So we've got 2 squared. So that would be 4. That's square root of 4 plus, right? We've got 2 minus a negative 1, which gives us 2. So that's the same as 1 plus 1. And in this case, we've got 2. 2 squared is 4 again. And so what do we get? We get 8. All right, so in this case, that's square root 8, by the way. Okay, so square root 8 in third form, that's the same as 2 multiplied by 4, and that will give us 2 square root of 2. Now, if we take that ratio and say, well, what is the units, or rather, what's the length of PQ? We said that's 4 root 2 divided by, that's 2 root 2 units. And of course, the square root cancels out with that, with the square root, and 4 divided by 2 definitely does give us 2. That's a ratio. We may not use units, but for the length, we need to express that in units. And ladies and gents, that is really how the cookie crumbles for this question. Really what a straightforward question. And I hope that you guys were able to follow and understand. And let's look at question 2 in our next video. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I'll see you guys next time. Sharp, sharp.